Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Let's just jump right into it. Coaches want to launch courses fast, and AI can now help structure that content much quicker. Today, we're unpacking a massive and honestly pretty overlooked opportunity in the creator economy. We're talking about monetizing AI by building course content for the booming coaching industry. You see, coaches everywhere are absolutely desperate to launch these courses so they can scale their income, right? But the big problem? They just don't have the time or the curriculum design skills to actually pull it off. But with AI, you can assemble that content in a fraction of the time, and these coaches are happily paying top dollar for someone to just take it off their plate.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be going through the coaching course opportunity, the AI course workflow, packaging AI as a service, pricing strategies and revenue, overcoming AI limitations, and finally, starting your AI agency.
So first things first, why exactly are coaches shelling out top dollar for AI course content? Well, it all comes down to a massive bottleneck in the creator economy right now. Think about it. Coaches desperately want to scale from one-on-one sessions to a one-to-many model. They want to reach hundreds of people at once. But building a proper course from scratch, that takes months of writing and structuring. They literally just do not have the time.
All right, Section 1, the coaching course opportunity.
To really wrap our heads around this, we have to look at the coaching revenue plateau. Based on our sources, the industry is dealing with this huge paradox right now. Successful coaches inevitably hit a wall. Their calendars fill up, their income completely plateaus, and they're basically stuck. They absolutely cannot grow without either working totally unsustainable hours, jacking up their prices to infinity, or hiring junior coaches, which, let's be real, usually dilutes their quality. They know they need to productize their knowledge, but staring at a blank page and building courses from scratch, it leads straight to burnout.
And this is exactly where AI steps in and becomes a complete game changer. Data actually shows that implementing AI automations and content generation can save these coaches an average of 10 to 15 hours every single week. I mean, think about that. That is nearly 2 full working days completely reclaimed. By hiring someone like you to set this whole system up, they're free to focus purely on high-value client transformations instead of admin work.
Moving on to Section 2, the AI course workflow.
So, what is the secret weapon creators are using to actually meet this massive demand? Well, the old way of course creation was brutal, literally months of agonizing over a blank screen. But the new way, it's a really clever combination of AI and what's known as white label content. If you're not familiar, white label content is ready-made educational material developed by professionals that you just buy the rights to use. It's kind of like a fully baked cake kit, right? You get all the layers and the frosting, but you get to slap your client's name on it and decorate it however they want.
Breaking this down into an actionable workflow, it's basically a simple 3-step process. Step 1, you source that white label content, so you're never starting from zero. Step 2, you use AI to rapidly personalize it, maybe tweaking it for a specific demographic or translating some heavy industry jargon. And Step 3, you inject your client's unique brand voice into the text. Doing it this way means you can launch fully customized curriculums in days rather than months.
And this brilliantly illustrates the essential toolkit you'd need if you want to start doing this yourself. You start with those white label course kits as your foundation. Then you use ChatGPT as your tireless brainstorming buddy and editor to lock in the client's tone. If you want to offer premium packages, you can use platforms like Personify, which actually clones the coach's voice to answer student questions around the clock. And finally, you tie the whole shebang together with automation tools like Make or NAN.
All right, Section 3, packaging AI as a service.
Okay, we've talked about the creation process, but how do you actually turn this into a business? If you want to scale a service like this, you have to embrace productized services. Basically, this means selling prepackaged, standardized offerings for a fixed price. You really want to avoid custom hourly work here. Why? Because as AI makes you faster and faster at your job, billing by the hour actually penalizes your own efficiency. Instead, you sell a specific outcome, something like 10 course modules plus an automated AI onboarding setup. That way, your margins stay incredibly predictable and highly profitable.
A really smart way to do this is by structuring your services into tiers that literally help the coach scale up. Level 1 could be helping them automate their standard one-on-one admin and session prep. Level 2 graduates them into group programs, where you deliver the generated courses along with some basic AI Q&A support. And then Level 3 is the ultimate package, building out a massive ecosystem with self-paced courses and premium AI voice clones, handling student support 24/7.
Which brings us to Section 4, pricing strategies and revenue.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how people are actually billing for all this magic. You've got a few solid options. You can charge a flat, fixed project fee for the initial course build. Then you can tack on a monthly retainer for ongoing AI support and keeping things updated. But honestly, the most popular approach we're seeing is the hybrid model. You charge a solid setup fee upfront, plus a retainer that transparently passes the costs of those AI API tokens right on to the client as their student base grows.
And the revenue potential here is just fantastic. Industry data shows that a typical setup fee for this kind of AI automation and course build ranges anywhere from $2,500 to $15,000 or more. And remember, that is just for the initial setup. That's usually followed up by monthly retainers that can bring in another $500 to $5,000 a month per client.
Now, if you're wondering why any coach would gladly write a check for thousands of dollars, just look at this case study from career coach Lucy Gilmore. By implementing structured courses and AI coaching clones, she skyrocketed her capacity from managing just 5 clients to an unbelievable 520 clients. Her revenue literally exploded from $5,000 a month to over $75,000 a month. When you can walk into a meeting and pitch that kind of transformation, selling a $5,000 or $10,000 setup fee becomes an absolute no-brainer for them.
Let's shift gears to Section 5, Overcoming AI Limitations.
Now, we absolutely have to be transparent about the realities and the potential pitfalls here, because AI isn't perfect. Learning design expert Jay Allison puts it really well. He says AI wears a convincing mask, producing content that looks super impressive but exacerbates spamification. This creates what's known as a value perception gap. Basically, if a student pays for a premium course and feels like they're just reading a bunch of generic robotic ChatGPT text, the perceived value totally tanks. AI is incredible at generating information for sure, but it simply cannot replace empathy, human connection, or genuine transformational learning design. So, to make sure your agency actually delivers real, tangible results, you have to actively mitigate that risk. How? First, you make sure to weave the coach's real-life, personal client stories right into the white label content. Second, you train any AI chatbots strictly on the coach's specific frameworks. No generic internet advice allowed. Third, always ethically disclose to the students when AI is being used so you maintain that crucial trust. Ultimately, the focus has to be on real-world application, shifting the course from just an information dump into a tool for true understanding. Finally, Section 6, Starting your AI agency. If you're sitting there wanting to start this business today, here is your exact beginner-friendly launch plan. First things first, find a coach and just audit their admin time. Show them exactly where their bottleneck is. Second, take their core methodology and map it out onto a white label course structure. Third, budget your early capital around API tools like OpenAI or Personify subscriptions rather than trying to hire a huge team right out of the gate. And finally, pitch them a pilot productized service so you can lock in your very first success story.
So the crucial point to take away from all of this is that you are the strategic architect here. Your real value isn't sitting at a keyboard spending 100 hours typing out course modules. Your value is using white label content as a solid foundation and then directing AI as your lightning-fast assistant to assemble a final product that lets a coach double or triple their income. We've covered the massive demand, the hybrid workflows, the pricing strategies, and the pitfalls you need to avoid. The creator economy needs this back-end infrastructure right now more than ever before. So I'll leave you with this to chew on. What is your very first step to building a scalable AI service today? Get out there, find a coach who's completely maxed out on time, and offer them the ultimate solution. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.